Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I want to give you guys a simple yet effective strategy kind of that you can use and apply right away. If you're new to the channel, a sub would be appreciated as I provide valuable educational content on a daily basis. If you do enjoy the content, do consider smashing that thumbs up button as well. Now, let's jump straight into it. We're going to call this the support and resistance for your support and resistance. Now, the way this works is we're going to apply simple price action from a higher time frame onto a lower time frame and basically get into the entry as well. Now, there's two ways. Well, there's one way in which we do this. The first thing is, so I just want to jot it over here. So rule number one, basically identify support and resistance on the daily, and then number two drop down onto 2 hour. Okay, drop down onto 2 hour. Rule number three is use SNR for entry as well. Now, if you don't know what price action is or support and resistance is, I've made a previous video on that 2 videos ago. Just make sure that you go watch that first, and then you can always come back and watch this video as well. And then last but not least, we are going to trade a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio as well. So we're going to risk 1% to make 2%. Now, let's jump straight into it right off the back of the foot. Right off the back of the foot. So we're going to use the NASDAQ composite as an example, because I know a lot of people love to trade the NASDAQ. But what I do want to tell you is you can apply this on basically almost everything. Okay, now you can apply this concept on anything, on a forex currency. You can apply this on an indice, as well as a commodity, which is oil, US oil. So you can apply this in everywhere. Basically, the first thing you have to do is identify support and resistance levels. Now, the resistance, support, resistance. Excuse me, I'm still recovering from flu. So basically, you identify these levels, and then you basically drop down on the lower time frame, and then you apply the same principle. Now you see why it's called your support and resistance for your support and resistance. Exactly. Now let's go and start with this level over here, this key level. Now guys, you're more than happy to go and test this level. You're more than happy to go back and go test these levels, go crazy with what it is that you need to do. But just for the video, I'm just going to do this level, and you could test it on this level that's been created. My advice is, do not go and then put in your live money into this while testing it. Make sure that you understand the concept first, and then you can go with a live balance and do it. Okay, so first things first, the market printed resistance there as well. Now remember, the reason why we take this wick into consideration, because a wick is a price that the market had previously visited as well. Okay, so this is the level of resistance that the market created, and we're going to work with this level over here. If you drop down on the 2 hour time frame, what do we have here? Now you have to identify structure. Structure is when the market prints a red candle next to a green candle there. This will be confirmed structure. Now we're going to use this level because that is the most recent structure that the market had printed, right? Now the way in which we're going to enter is we will have resistance and we will have what's known as support. Now when the resistance gets broken, it becomes support, and once support gets broken, it becomes resistance. And these are the key areas in the market that we are going to look at entering the market on a 2 hour time frame. Now we're going to call this entry levels. Okay, we're going to say that entry level. We're going to say okay, we're going to clone that, and we're going to put that there, put that there. We're going to call this buy entry levels. We're going to call this excuse me, we're going to call this sell entry levels as well. There we go. And this is where we're going to look for sells, and that's how we're going to look for buys. With this, that is the only two places that you're going to enter, because the breakup structure serves as a confirmation to be able to enter the market as well. Let me just close this. So just to give you guys the concept, because I know someone once said that, how can I be a professional trader even with all the knowledge that I have and all the people, the accounts that I've been passing and everything that I do? How can I say I'm a trader if I'm using TradingView on a free account? So I'll give you the guys, now that it's in my face, I'll give you guys the reason. So back when I was still employed, right? So when I was still working for a boss, and this is just to share the story with you guys. This is not me explaining myself, because I don't have to. So the reason why, so before I used the Pro TradingView account, and that was to set alerts in the market, because why? There's a set of rules that I follow when I trade, right? When these rules are satisfied, I normally, set an alert in the morning before I had to go to work. I set an alert. Once I get an alert, TradingView will notify me to say, hey, the price is at the level that you wanted it to be. Then I would run to the toilet. Some people call it toilet view. And I used to run to the toilet to go and place the trade and then just return back to work. And that's why, because there was, you could use up to, I think, 20 or 10 alerts. But ever since I've been at home, having all the time for myself, there's no need for me to be using a pro account for TradingView. I don't post stuff on TradingView. I just use TradingView to analyze, and because I've got the freedom to come to my PC whenever I want to, wherever I want to, even on my phone as well. So I've got TradingView. I've got the free version of TradingView on my phone as well, but it doesn't mean that. So I don't have the paid version on here as well. So I got it on here also. But basically, that's why I'm using the free version, because I have no reason to use a paid version also. But I think the biggest mistake, well, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but that's how people are being generalized when it comes to traders, because people look at what you have and what you can do. Nobody knows what kind of car I have. Again, but I don't use these things so people can judge whether I'm a good trader or not. I change people's lives. That's what I do with my with my free TradingView account. So if you've ever wondered why I use the free TradingView, that's why. It's because I have the freedom to come and look at the charts whenever I want to. I don't set my alarm in the mornings anymore. Okay. And I don't want to hear about that again. So these are the levels that we're going to look for on lower time frames, right? So we drop down on the 2-hour time frame like the rules are saying, and we're going to look for entries like this. Now, with the first spike to the downside, we can already identify that this was a level of support that got printed over there. No, sorry, we're still here, guys. Yes, senior. Now, what we're basically waiting for here is we're waiting for a confirmation of a red candle that breaks below this area, which was this candle there. Sorry. And that is the confirmation. Stop loss goes above the previous high. You measure a 1 to 2 there. There we go. You measure a 1 to 2. That tells us we're risking 1% to make 2%. And you basically would have entered the trade at that level, because that is a break and a retest. And as you can see, that is basically how we look for entries in the market. There, and then boom, move to the downside. Now let's continue our journey. Now that would have been a 2%. Now to give you guys some just some knowledge, you can always use this based on a different time frame. If you can go from 4 hour to 1 hour, you can go from 1 hour to 15 minutes. Like, you can play with it in whichever way you feel comfortable, or whichever way you feel fit to play with it. Like, I'm not saying, just use it in the way that I use it, but you can do it in whatever way. Again, guys, I have all the time in the world to do whatever I want to, whenever I want to. As you can see here, I don't set my alarm. Well, I don't have an alarm, so I've got nowhere to go. That's why I don't mind doing it on the 4 hour. But for people that works, I understand. But if you guys do want to use it on lower time frames, you're more than happy to do so as well. Now, let's go and identify this final level over here. This level here is the third level of resistance. As the rules say, we have to wait for the market to create and break structure. This was the structure that was created over here, and this would be taken into, this would be looked at as a structural level with the wick into consideration, because the wick is an identification of a price that the market had gone to visit once. What we have here is we got a clear break and close below this entire structure, and then with this candle coming back over here, that would have been our entry point that we would be have been looked at. Stop loss go above the previous level of resistance, because we know that by price action definition, the market is supposed to bounce off that. If we do get a break above that, then the stop loss would have hit. So we would get a 2% of there as well. Now, guys, if you are sitting there thinking, yeah, but it's very easy, and it's easy, you can see it. Yeah, I know. I've done hours and hours and hours of back testing. I've looked at charts for the past 10 years, and I don't know what to tell you, but this works 100%. Not all the time, most of the time it works. Euro GBP is something that I'm looking at, and the NASDAQ, the current NASDAQ situation, also a situation that you could be looking at there as well. So if this video goes out and you still have an opportunity to get in, go ahead, test it. Don't go put your real money down because you want to go into 2023 drinking, popping bottles. No, leave that stuff for the people who can't trade. So the first level we're going to identify here, because it's an equal low, a double bottom, like your favorite Instagram traders would say. Now we're gonna go back here, right? We always wait for the market to create and break structure. Here is the level, the candle that basically came to hit here, and we can see here this was the structure that the market printed, because structure is created when there's a green candle next to a red candle, right? Now, one thing to keep in mind about this, it's always the level, the placement of your stop loss. Now, a lot of people is going to tell you, yes, but you see what happened is market will stop you out. This is how the market stops you out, right? The market prints support, the market breaks below support, right? Makes you think that the market momentum had shifted, then break below support, then go back again. You give an example. We will come back to this. This is what market manipulation looks like. Let me show you quickly, because I've experienced that yesterday. Let me go here. This is what market manipulation looks like. This is market manipulation at its best. Okay, there you have it. Very important structure. There was a lot of retail traders in here yesterday. If you go on the forward time frame, you see what this market does is the market prints perfect price action, right? We have support, support, support. The market breaks below support, come back, tested it. Give you the indication that there is sellers in the market. No sellers in the market. The market is boom, bam, completed this W formation at the left leg. Now, if you would have used what I'm telling you now, you would have been able to get probably in today. So you would have probably been sitting on your hands waiting for your entry to come through today. Like you would have probably done this, right? Boom, there, you get your stop losses below there, and boom, that is how you would have done this if you would have used the method I use. But if you would have used, and again, please, for the people who's got no sense of humor, I will never make a direct reference to the person that I'm speaking about. Please, I would have expect you guys just to like think outside the box. If I say Jason Noah, I know Jason Noah, okay? Or like I won't directly say, like I won't use people's names directly. If I wanted to use, I would say Trevor Noah. I know Trevor Noah's a comedian, but I use these names to not make a direct reference to people in the industry. And I've met Jason Noah in town once. I don't, you know, I'm just using references, you know. I said FX Sibs, you know, when I said Jason Noah, no, I said Trevor Noah, and someone said I'm a red flag for saying. I mean, come on, guys. You're like, come on, like you gotta have a sense of humor, unless you were in an accident and you lost your funny bone, but but you gotta have to be. You need to have a sense of humor, guys. Okay, stop being keyboard warriors. I always tell people, I don't engage in keyboard warriors. Like it's unfortunate for me to not do it. You know, I'm confrontational. You know, come say something to my face. Don't hide behind the keyboards, because there's too many people out there who disapproves of the work that I do, because they charge people lots of money for what I do. I do it for free. Any case, let's go back to the NASDAQ, my guys. So the NASDAQ over here, so basically we were sitting at this level, right? We're going to drop down on the 2-hour time frame. And then there we go. So we're going to use the structure there. We're going to drop our, remember, that is the risk to reward, right? At the moment, that's a 1-to-1. You know, okay, I'm not going to use the templates. That is a 1-to-2, and that is basically stop loss goes below the low here. Okay, just enough to get by, and we're going to adjust this to a 1-to-3. And look, you're more than happy to trail your take profit all the way to wherever you see fit, and that's basically it. Your support and resistance for your support and resistance. Now here we've got the NASDAQ, right? Yeah, we've got a perfect example. As you can see, this level here acted as support. The market broke below support, broke back above resistance. If you watched this video before I did, then you would have probably been able to get into the market here, and you'd have do a, let's be bring this all the way down, because that is stopped so far. Sorry, right till there. Why? Because we had support. We dropped down on the 2-hour. The market printed support, broke below support, came back, tested it as resistance, went above resistance, tested it as support. And we expect the market to at least go and test this previous level of support that is now acting as a level of resistance. Now, guys, that is it from my side. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And please do not forget to go and check out the 35% discount that I do have available on the Signals chat as well, for starting at the 1st of January. But the promo ends at the end of December. Yeah. Any case, guys, that's all from my side. Thank you for your time. And as always, cheers for ears.